8:30. I'm just making sure. Yes, Michelle, sit up. This is not the one to lay down for it. Hey guys. Hey, Tina Nogum's here. Tyrell, Lizbeth, Saba, Jerome. You brought your crew with you. I love it, man. I'm seeing some names I haven't seen before. It's nice to have that support, man. One second. One second. Let me turn off. Let me turn off my YouTube. There we go. Jerome, I love that, man. It's good to have support and always nice to see some friendly faces in the crowd. What I'm going to ask everyone to do, including myself, is to stay muted during this live listing presentation. I'm also going to ask you to take notes so that you can give some really good constructive feedback. And if you hear someone give the feedback that you wanted to give, let's not be repetitive. I want to be respectful of people's time. So if you have some feedback that no one said, great. If they've already said it, just skip that. Let's make sure that we can end this call. I'd like to end this promptly at around 9:30 if possible. I will attempt to give everyone an opportunity to give feedback to help, Jerome and Haza grow. So I really appreciate you guys for being here. Is there someone who would be willing to be my co-host to help admit people in who are joining after it starts? If so, just unmute and say me, and I'll make you my co-host if you know how to use Zoom.
I can try to figure it out. That's not a problem.
All right. That was T. Henry.
Yeah.
What's up, sir? How are you?
Blessed by the best, sir. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I hear you. Same. Where are you based out of?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice. Atlanta is actually one place I've never been, and it's on my list. So when I come out there, I'll make sure we can connect.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, I am going to spotlight. Hello, Haza. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Jerome, how are you this morning? I'm sorry, I caught you mid-chew. Sorry about that, Haza. All right, let me get over to Jerome and spotlight Jerome. Let's see here. Where are you? Here we go, Jerome. I'm gonna hold on. Pin Jerome. Nope, cancel. Jerome, I'm having an issue right now. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure that I can see you and spotlight you. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do, Jerome, so my expectation when we do these live listing presentations, I've never seen yours before, so I don't know how you do things. My expectation is that you've already pre-qualified. Have you done that already?
Somewhat.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is just say start, and you guys start. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to ask everyone else to remain muted. And what I want is this is a real listing presentation, just so you guys know. This is not role play. This is real play. And this is the first time we've ever done a live listing presentation where it's an expired listing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. So you guys ready?
Not yet. Before we get started, I would like to, since you're the host, right, you do a cameras on thing. I think everybody that's here, I think they should turn their cameras on. I would really appreciate that. Like, be here, be active, and be present. And for our seller, I just want realistic objections. Like, be realistic about the conversation and the presentation. Those are my only requests.
Oh, you're muted, Haza. You don't even need to say I wouldn't bring you anybody who wouldn't keep it real, man.
Yeah, then yeah, you haven't seen me role play yet.
That's fine. Just setting the standard. Let's keep it realistic. I'm ready when y'all are.
Well, all right. Let's get ready to. No, let me stop. All right, guys, you ready? All right, let's go ahead and go. The recording's here, and go.
All right, knock.
Hey, hi, how are you? You must be Jerome.
Yes, I'm Jerome. How do I pronounce your name correctly?
It's Haza.
Haza. All right, Haza, congratulations. I want to tell you congratulations on the first steps of getting your property sold successfully.
Okay. All right.
I promise over the phone that this meeting would only take 20 minutes. And my main objective is for us to stick to the main facts, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, excellent. So here's what I need from you, Haza. I need for you, do you have a blank piece of paper or notepad?
Yes, I do.
Okay, could you show that to me? Can I see it? All right, excellent. So here's what I need from you. I need you to take that blank piece of paper, and I need you to write the property address at the top of that piece of paper, okay?
Okay.
All right. And then I need you to write numbers 1 through 4 because these are the 4 main points that we're going to cover in our presentation today. Ready?
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready and when you're finished.
All right.
You finished?
I finished the address. What else do you need?
Okay. I'll need you to write numbers 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to
Okay.
cover 4 main points. Okay.
Okay.
Just say finish when you're ready.
I'm finished.
All right. Number 1, these are the things we're going to cover. Number 1 is going to be communication and expectations. We're going to talk about your goals and why you're selling. That's point number 1. Okay.
Okay.
Point number 2, we're going to talk about pricing and the numbers. We're going to talk about pricing of property appropriately to get it sold. Okay.
Got it.
Ready for number 3?
Yes.
Number 3, we're going to talk about the competition and comparable properties. We're going to talk about a strategy to make your property the obvious choice so it can get sold. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. And number 4, we're going to talk about the final steps and we're going to wrap this thing up. I'm going to show you how we can get the agreement signed so we can get your property sold. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
All right. All ready? All set?
All good. Yes.
Okay. So before we proceed, number 1, what's your preferred method of communication? Is it text, email, or phone?
I mean, probably text message. Between text and calls would be fine with me.
Okay. So primarily text message and
Yeah.
some calls. All right.
Sure.
So could you write that down for me? You prefer text message and calls?
Okay.
All right. Excellent. And Haza, please explain to me what's caused you to sell a property at this time?
Well, right now I feel like this is time to downsize. 2 out of my 3 kids are moved out of my house. I already, have a place to go, as I told you before. So it's just a matter of, cutting down expenses.
Okay. Cutting down expenses. Can you tell me more about the expenses?
It's a big property, pool, landscaping and all that. I just don't feel like I need much of that at this time.
Okay. So you're going to see me refer to my notes from time to time. I'm taking notes just like you. Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
that's what I'm doing when you see me reading, you hear me talking. So to summarize what you just said, you said downsizing and cutting some of the expenses, correct?
That's right.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. And the next thing I want to know is what are your thoughts on why the property did not sell the first time?
Well, honestly, I don't think there was a lot of exposure for me. Like my agent only did 2 open houses. I just don't think it was exposed enough.
Okay. You don't think it was proper exposure?
Mm-hmm.
And what are some other reasons why you think it didn't sell?
Honestly, I'm not really sure, and that's why I was open to talking to another agent before I relist.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So what would you expect to be done differently this time to get your property sold?
Outside of selling it, I would like to see a lot more activity happening. I want to see, I want to see ads. I just want to see more advertising. Yeah, I think maybe that's what it needed.
You said more activity and advertising. You focus on advertising, get the property out there. You want more eyes on your property.
Yes.
That's the bottom line. Okay. More eyes. All right. Could you write that down for me? We're still on number 1, so you can write it up right there. And my last question in terms of communication and expectations is, do you have a mortgage on this property?
I do not.
You do not. Okay. So it's free and clear. That leads me to our next section, our next main point. Our next main point is pricing and the numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I always got to go over this conversation because sometimes, some clients, they want what they want. And it's not always about what we want. Sometimes it's about what's out there, the market, right? The market consists of buyers. Buyers are ready, willing, and able to purchase your property. So it's not always about what we want. You understand so far?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So what price did you have it listed for previously?
I had it listed for 1.4.
1.4. All right, I got to break the role play real quick because I don't have a 1.4 comps. So you're going to say 400,000 and it'll be 300. Okay.
Okay.
All
You
right.
didn't pre-qualify me.
I was going to say we can break the role play, but this was a point of pre-qualifying. Y'all should have had this set up before today. But go ahead.
Let's just continue. I don't have comps for no 1.4, or that's not my market. So 400, you had it listed at 400,000. is it safe to say that this is the price that won't get the property sold successfully? Would you agree with that?
I think that's a reasonable price.
You think that's a reasonable price?
I do.
Okay. All
I
right.
was actually compromising at 400, but honestly, I think with the amount of renovations that I have done here, I think the price is actually pretty fair.
Okay. All right. We're going to get into some information and we're going to see what's the most appropriate price. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I have some stuff I want to show you. I'm going to do screen share, and I'm not able to screen share, David. And I want to dive into the comp so we can see what the market is asking and kind of go from there. Okay.
Okay.
You should be able to screen share. Try it again.
All right. Yeah. Here we go. I got the screen share. All right. So first things first, before we even get into those comps and those properties, right? One of the things that you mentioned was you didn't think your property got enough exposure, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And can you see this pyramid that you're looking at? Can you see this blue pyramid that I'm showing you?
I can, yes.
Okay. So what I think most of your problem is like the exposure and pricing appropriately, right? You said you want a specific price, and the way we price the property is going to help us gain exposure for the right exposure and what you're looking for. So according to this, like, I think you may have priced a little above market, a little higher than normal. What we're going to do is I recommend that we potentially price your property somewhere down here. And the reason why is you see this white section here?
Yeah,
It says about 90% of potential buyers will look at the home if we price it appropriately, we price it correctly, right? A little under the market so we can get exposure. And my intent is for us to get all of that exposure and get offers in, competitive offers in, and we can pick and choose from the offers to get the property sold. Okay?
mm-hmm.
All right, so here we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the comps. Can you see my screen so far for regarding the comps?
Yes.
Comparable properties.
Mhm.
Okay, so right here, I'm going to show you the competition first, and then I'm going to show you what gets sold. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we're still on number 2 for your notes where I had you take out that blank piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to write in this price that you see here, 235. I need you to write that price there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then I need you to write. So what we're doing here is we're giving you a range. Then what I need you to do is I need you to write this number here because it's just the highest number we have next. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So again, our competition are the properties that are active and on the market. Okay.
Okay.
All right. These are all properties that are active and on our market. So this is our competition. This is what we have to worry about. This is who we're competing against. Does that make sense so far?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, excellent. And these are the properties that sold in about this range. So based off the information that I'm showing you here, where do you think we should start with the price of your property?
Well, I'm looking at 3 bedrooms there. You're showing me 3 bedrooms. My house has 4 bedrooms. I have a pool. I don't know these homes, so
Okay.
I see what you're saying, but I don't know these homes, and I think that
Okay.
know,
Yeah. So here's this.
did you see
Hazel, let's do
the-
this.
there's a
Let's
few
do
homes.
Yeah, let's do this, Hazel. Give me a second, right? So we're not going to focus on the amount of bedrooms and all of the details. For now, we're just focusing on macro level, the price of the house. Okay.
Mhm.
And I need you to write down that first number, and then I need you to write down this number, that
Understood.
355. And I need you to pick a number within that range for us to start. What number do you recommend?
355, if that's where I would go.
You want to start at 355?
I'm not agreeing to that yet, but if that was the only option, yes, I would start at the higher amount.
Okay, so based off me showing you that pyramid and that grid, you still want to start at the 355? That's not going to be conducive to getting those eyes on the property that I showed you a little bit before.
I don't
pricing
want
like
anyone
right.
to come in and lowball. I mean, I'm
Hey.
just not going to accept.
Listen, I completely understand. And we can go with the 355, but I don't want to revisit and have the same experience that we had before. I want to get you as many eyes on the property as possible. So within that range, you can pick the 355, but if we go a little bit under, we can get more eyes on our property, and that's the intent. Are you understand my intent? I'm
I
not saying we have
understand.
to commit to lower offers, but I want to get as many offers as possible. Is that making sense?
Yes,
Okay. So based off what I just said, what price do you want to start with?
355.
355. We'll stick to the 355. That's perfect. All right. Okay, so you think 355 is it? Well, here's what I need you to do. I have a contract here. I'm going to recommend you write in the price of 355. Okay, write that in.
Okay.
And I need you to write that price of 355 on your notes as well. And on our contract here, what I want you to do is I want you to initial that 355, okay?
Okay, I'm not signing a contract right now.
That's-
You understand
okay.
that, right?
That's okay. Yeah, I want you to initial on our contract. I
Yeah,
want you to write in the price, and I want you to initial the 355.
got it.
Okay? All right. So here's what we're going to do. I want to get this wrapped up now. What questions do you have for me thus far?
Okay, you know the price that I want. You know the
Mhm.
price that I think my house is worth. I want to
Mhm.
know, listing at my house at 355, where do you see my house would sell?
I believe we can achieve that 355, but I think we can get that price that you're looking for.
How
It
you,
might take a little longer because we started a little higher according to the pyramid that I showed you, but I believe we can confidently get that 355,000.
oh,
Okay.
no. I want to make sure that I net the most. I want to know if I list at 355, you're talking about more exposure. What will I net out of this 350, like 355? You think I'm going to get more? What do you think?
I'm not sure your question.
Okay, 355 is not my number. If I get 355, that's not what I think.
What's your
my
number?
house is worth. I told you my house is 400
Okay.
based on what I have.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and you're saying the house is worth 400, but that's not what the market is paying for houses of this type. Okay. So what I would prefer that we do is I'm okay with you doing the 355, but I would recommend that we come a little under market and we check out the offers that they come in. I'm not sure if we'll get to 400, but let's see what the offers are. And the more eyes we go on the property, the better. Are you understanding me so far?
Yeah, I'm understanding it, but I just want to make it clear with you.
Mm-hmm.
That if I don't get at least close to my number, I'm not sure that it makes sense for me, And then let me ask a question, Jerome. What's your commission on this?
Sure, we'll get to that. Let's address the price first, okay? So you're expecting the 400,000, and you're saying the 355 is too much of a hit for you, correct?
Yeah, I mean, depending on your commission, which
Okay.
we'll need to address that.
Yeah, we'll address that. So you're wanting the 400,000, and you're saying that 355, you're not happy with that price. Yes or no?
No.
You're not happy with that price. What information do I need to see to understand that this house is worth the $400,000 that you're asking for?
Did you see my house when it was listed?
Yes, I saw the house.
Did you have a buyer for? Is that why you came to visit? What was your opinion on it?
It's a nice house. It's a great house, but it's not about what I think. It's not about what you think. It's about what buyers are willing to pay. And the most people are willing to pay in this market is around that 350, the range that I gave you. They won't go up all the way to the $400,000.
So 2 blocks down, the house sold about 3 months ago. It was did you see the house 2 months ago? There was down the street.
No, I have not seen that house.
That house sold for, I think it was sold for about 345, right? My house is a lot more updated than that house.
Yeah, I completely understand your house.
In addition to that, I have a pool. And I think that adds value because not a lot of people around here have pools. So in my opinion, I think we should start there. You know, we could, I am
Where?
understanding.
Where do you think we should start?
We can start at 355. I want to make
Okay.
sure that where am I going to land after this 355? That is
Okay.
going to make sense for me. And it's
Yeah.
right now I'm cutting down, you know, I think that we should even, I'm not selling my house for 355. I just want to
That's
make
fine.
sure you understand.
Yeah. So I'm confident in the 355 price. Let's get it under contract. Let's get the process started. Let's check the offers as they come in. We might get $400,000 or we might not. Let's see what comes up according to the market. Okay.
I mean, so my other agent was very confident that I was going to get that price. Okay. I want to know because I would like to have another conversation with her. What are you going to
Sure
do?
thing.
And I'll be honest
thing.
with you, Jerome. I don't know you, right? I Googled you,
Mhm.
but I didn't see your past sales. So how many homes have you sold here in my area?
Oh, over 20 within the last year. What's your other question?
Okay, you sold over 20 homes here. I didn't see any of your sales. Would you be able to send those to me?
Yeah, I'll send that to you after we get the paperwork done. I'll make sure to send that to you.
Okay, I would like to see it before I make a decision, but let's move on with that. So what is it that would you do differently than my other agent?
Well, first and foremost, we're going to price the house correctly. You said your agent was confident they would get you to $400,000, but they did not, right? So we have to adjust our strategy. So I would like to correct the pricing. That's the pricing strategy that we like to do. The other thing that we do, you said you wanted more exposure, so you're asking about marketing, like more exposure. The other thing that we do is we're strong in marketing. So we're going to do all of the stuff that your other agent did. In addition to, one of the things that we do is I'm going to contact all of the top agents within your area. Okay. That's one of the first things I'm going to do. Personally, I'll contact them. Number two, I'm a prospector. I actively prospect every day between 8 and 12. So we don't wait around for buyers. We go and find them. We bring them to us. Those are the things that we're going to do differently to get your property. So what other questions do you have for me?
So when my house was on the market, can I ask you why you didn't bring me an offer?
I didn't know your house was on the market.
But you said you saw my house. You told me you saw my house.
I did see your house when I made you the call. I wasn't aware when your house was on the market.
I asked you, did you see my house while you're on the market? You said yes.
Well, I apologize. I did not see when your house was on the market.
Okay, so then you see what I'm saying, then that's a marketing issue in the past. I mean, you said you sold 20 homes in my area in the last year. I'm just curious, why didn't you see that my house is on the market?
Because I was busy working with my sellers, my current clients. I don't see everything that's on the market. So I wasn't aware of yours. Once it got off the market, I became alerted that your house was available and I decided to give you a call.
Understood.
Okay. That makes sense? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little concerning, but okay.
Okay. What's concerning about that, Ms. Haza?
I don't know. I just thought maybe you would know the area and know the, inventory.
Okay.
Regardless if you felt
a lot of houses in the area, so I can't see everything. I can't see all the activity. With that, let's go to number 4, and you asked about compensation, correct?
Yeah.
So the compensation for me to get this property sold successfully for you this time around is 5%.
5%. And let me ask you a question. Does that cover the buyer's agent commission?
No, it does not. This is just the listing side.
Really?
Yes.
I paid my well, I didn't pay my agent. She didn't sell my house, but 4% that covered the buyer's agent commission. So what? Out of 5% just for you, and then what do you pay the buyer's agent?
That is negotiable. All commission is negotiable. So my recommendation is that we get the paperwork started, listed at, for my compensation is 5%. We get that started. And after we get offers, we'll review them individually.
I understand that, but what are you paying the buyer's agent if an agent brings a sale, a contract? What?
Yes, I'll tell you how it works. The buyer's agents can get paid either from the buyer, they can get paid from the listing broker, or they can get paid from the seller. And each offer will come in according to how the agent is getting paid. Each offer will come, so the buyer can get paid by the buyer's agent can be paid by the buyer, listing broker, or the seller. There'll be different offers with each, and we should review them accordingly.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna, all due respect, 5% is a deal breaker for me. There's no way I'm gonna pay 5% on your side and then have to see if someone else is going to cover the buyer's commission. You know, if a buyer is bringing me a good offer and they want me to pay the commission, I am expecting that you are going to split that 5% with the buyer's agent. Okay,
so you say 5% is a deal breaker. What are you expecting? Go tell me more about that. You had it listed at 4%. That wasn't, you had it with an agent for 4% before.
How do you feel about the importance of paying a buyer's agent?
I believe it's important for sure.
Right. So I'm asking you, out of the 5%, if an agent brings me an offer, you will split that 5% with the buyer's agent. I just want to make sure I understand that. That's
potentially. So the way it works is, again,
I don't want potentially. I want to make sure that I know what I'm signing. I want to make sure that I have a clear understanding what
So let me give you the clear understanding. It doesn't work that, it depends, it's negotiable. So the buyer's agent can be paid other ways. They can be paid by the buyer, by the listing broker, or their seller. They can be paid other ways. I don't necessarily have to pay them. We should review each offer as they come in and decide how we want that buyer's agent to get paid. Is that clear?
Okay, so I am comfortable paying 4% in total. And then you can split it accordingly to what you think, you know, it is. And if, 4% is my max.
Okay, so I don't want commission to be the reason we don't do business together. Is that the last thing holding you back from getting this?
No, process? Actually, there's a lot of things holding me back. I'm a little concerned about the price. You know, I'm not sold on the price. I'm not really fully not fully sure that you're understanding that I need to get my number, right? And we're not very clear on the commission, so it's not making a lot of sense to me. I'm not paying 5%, regardless whether or not what goes to the agent and to you, that needs to be a little bit more clear to me. So,
so wait a second.
Yeah.
So wait a second. We tried it at 4%. We tried it at the price before. What information am I missing that's not going to get this property sold? It seems we're trying to do the same thing again. We're trying to commit to the same strategy, and that's not going to be successful. Tell me what I'm missing.
Okay, so here you go. My agent was paying. I was paying my agent 4%. She was going to split that half and half, and you come in, you want me to lower the price of my house and pay a higher percentage in commission. And that's totally, that doesn't make sense to me at all. It sounds to me that I'm getting less, so it makes sense to me to maybe, I don't know, interview other agents, just kind of get an idea. I haven't heard of an agent that gets 5% on the listing side.
Okay, so you're saying I'm recommending you lower the price. It's not me, it's the market. The market is not demanding the price that you're looking for. We tried it at your price before. We tried that. We also tried it at that commission of the 4% split, and that's not what helped your property sell successfully. So I'm bringing a new strategy to get this property sold. It's different. I understand your numbers, your price, the things that you're looking for, but that's not going to help the property sell successfully this time. It wasn't just the exposure, it's the other things around getting your property sold. And telling you, listen, these are tough conversations. I don't like to have these conversations with sellers, especially around price. But that's the price that's required to get the property. So we need to start there. Asa, are you understanding me?
Yeah, I am understanding that. I'm understanding that you want to lower the price or the market. What are you gonna do to get my house exposed? What are you gonna do to get me closer to that number
I got you.
than my
Yeah.
agent didn't? Because that's not very clear to me.
Okay.
And I believe
What-
that
what
with
part is not clear?
Hold on, I need to finish. One, you have to listen to me. My understanding is that we need to see what another, like, there's need to be clear communication on how the commissions are going to be paid, correct?
Sure. So
Right.
what question do you want me to answer? You asked me two questions. Which one do you want me to answer?
What are you going to do differently? And why
Okay.
should I hire you versus sticking to my other
Okay.
agent? Because I do think she did a good job. I
Okay.
do think that she needs to, send more flyers, do more open houses.
Okay.
That's what I believe that should have been done. And now
All
that
right, sure.
the interest rates are coming down,
Sure.
maybe people are going to be more willing to go look now that the interest rates are going
Sure,
down.
sure. So again, you asked me three questions straight, and it was hard for me. Which question do you want me to answer?
Just start with one. Go with one.
So you said, what am I going to do differently? You remember when we got to, you got your notes with you?
Yes.
Yeah, you asked me about marketing, right? And I told you I was going to contact all of the top agents in the market. Remember that? That's one of the things that we're going to do. Number two, what we're going to do is we're going to do active prospecting. We're not going to wait around for buyers. We're going to go find the actual buyers. Those are the things that we're going to do differently. Okay. What's your other question?
My other question is, your commission needs to be very clear on how,
Okay.
what I'm paying you and what
Sure thing.
how the other agent is going to be paid.
So what's the commission is 5% on the listing side. The way the buyer's agent get paid is they either get paid through the buyer, through the listing broker, or the seller, which is you. They can get paid either of those ways.
Mhm.
Is that clear?
I'm not paying 5% on the listing side. I'm paying 4% that can be divided by
Okay.
whatever way you choose, but my price is 4%.
Okay. It seems like the commission is the reason you don't want to move forward beyond the other question that I just answered. Is that the last thing holding us back from getting this property sold?
Let's just say yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do, I'm willing to negotiate. Let's do, if I come down, how about 4.5%?
In total, splitting with another agent. Is that what you're saying? So 2%. So write this down, Jerome. 2% on your end, 2% on the buyer's agent. I want to encourage other agents to come forward and bring me buyers. That's what I've been told. I've been told that it's important to, incentivize agents to come to my house.
Okay, sure thing. Let's,
So 2% goes to the buyer's agent, 2% goes to you, if you can get my house sold.
and that's the last thing holding us back from starting today?
I would like to talk to another agent and get another opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's not the last thing holding us back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's not a problem.
You agree on the commission?
Let's start there. So you said, so if we do this, if we split the commission, you're ready to get the paperwork started?
I think I would like to talk to one more agent and just,
Okay.
All
right. So let's start.
For my own sake.
Okay. Let's start the paperwork. Let's do it at the 4% that you're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
And let's let you bring in the other agent. If you like the other agent back, that's cool.
I actually have another agent coming after you. So
okay.
I won't sign anything today, but I would like to talk to another agent.
Okay, sure thing.
Sure. Yeah. So you're saying at 4%, if I were to hire you, 4%.
If that's the last thing holding you back, we can start at the 4%. Let's revisit the conversation. For now, let's let you interview that other agent, and then
Okay.
we'll go from there. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome. All set.
Well, okay. Man, I have a couple of things that I want to say, but before I speak, I want to say, Jerome, let's just say, because I don't want you to, I don't want to let you give up that easily. Let's just say right now, your mortgage is due, your car note is due, you got bills to pay, and you're counting on getting this listing. Is there anything you would say to a seller like Haza who is going to interview another agent after you that you think would allow her to get the paperwork signed tonight? Is there anything you think you could say? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I probably could have said, look, if I can't negotiate my commission, that little line, I probably could have said that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think if you had pre-qualified and asked her, like, are you interviewing other agents, and if so, who, and maybe did some homework on that agent, it would give you an opportunity to say, hey, I know the person you're interviewing, let me show you how my stats are different and why you would want to hire me over hiring that person?
That could have helped. Yes.
Okay, that's fair. So, Jerome, tell us how you think you did. I'll start off with you.
I think I did. It could have been better. I would probably say a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I think she was a little stubborn, but I think I think we did okay. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Jerome, I want you to write this down. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm joking. All right. And Haza, how about you?
How I did?
Yeah, Haza, how'd you do, Haza?
I did amazing.
Now, what do you think about Jerome? Let's start off from the beginning.
Okay, I will give you my feedback, Jerome. I don't think you knew why I needed to sell. You had no idea about my motivation. I think that where you would have gotten to know a little bit more and we could have been more in sync if you had fully pre-qualified me, known about my property, known my expectation, in details, why I need to sell, what's important to me. You interrupted me a lot. I don't think that you were actively listening to me. You kind of caught yourself there where I asked you if you previewed my house before, you said yes, and then you're like, I didn't see your house. I think that was a turn off for me as a seller, but yeah, you didn't let me talk. If you just allowed me to just talk and actively listen, you probably couldn't have understand a little bit more what I was trying to achieve.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's fair. What I love about Jerome, I know he gives tough feedback, but he's willing to receive the feedback as well. So I have some other people. If you're open to this feedback, Jerome, let's start off with.
I am, and don't be soft. I'm not sensitive, so just be honest.
Okay, so listen, guys, he's saying be direct, so be direct. But again, if someone's already given the feedback, let's not repeat ourselves. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. Betty, can I start off with you?